Okay. Have I been a little wrong about gold and silver? Hey everyone, thanks for watching Yankee Stacking. So here's the deal. We're all excited to see gold and silver finally make upside moves, right? Gold breaking all-time record highs and even holding those highs. But since I started stacking gold in 2009 and silver in 2018, I think I may have been a little wrong about precious metals. And several of you have taken to the comments to call me out on it. Now, I've been preaching for years not to invest in precious metals. And by invest, I mean convert your cash to physical precious metals as a way to build your wealth. No. In fact, I've always warned people to view gold and silver primarily as wealth insurance, a way to preserve your purchasing power over the long term with what amounts to real money, not printable currency. So that's been my message, and I'm sure you've heard it time and time again. What you also haven't heard me say is to go all in on silver and gold. You know, silver's going to the moon. Gold's going to make you rich and rich quick. Nope. Never said that. And I haven't done it myself either. In fact, by last count, I'm at 17% of my wealth portfolio in precious metals. My goal is 18% by age 60, so a couple of years from now. And then maybe 20% by the time I reach 64. You see, I believe there are a lot of better ways to build wealth, more reliably, more consistently than with physical gold and silver. Take real estate, for example. I've done real estate investing, private mortgage lending for over 16 years now, and I've made quite a bit of money on it. So where have I been wrong about precious metals, gold and silver? Well, the problem is that recently inflation has vastly outpaced the price of gold and silver, and not just a little. Guys, I'm telling you, a lot. Let me give you a personal example. Mrs. Yankee, Little Stacks, and I are making do with 2 cars. 3 people, 2 cars. Not easy. Now that Little Stacks is going to be turning 20 soon, he's commuting to college, he's working. We might need to bite the bullet and get another car soon. So I did some research into a brand new car. And I can tell you one thing. I ain't buying a brand new car. Okay? According to recent data from Cox Automotive, the average price for a brand new car is $48,759. 50 grand for a new car. So yeah, forget about it. I'm definitely not getting a new one. I'm getting a used one. So I was talking with my dad too, and I found out that towards the end of the 1970s, he bought a brand new car, his first brand new car, for around $5,000. It was a green Plymouth Fury. I remember it as a kid. So $5,000, almost 50 years ago. Then I found out that the price of an average new car 100 years ago, back in 1924, sold for just $260. It was a Ford Model T, back when Calvin Coolidge was president, back when a loaf of bread cost a dime, a silver dime. But here's the interesting thing. Guess the number of 1-ounce gold coins you would need to buy those 2 cars. One 100 years ago and the other 50 years ago. Go ahead. Guess. I'm waiting. 10. 10 gold coins. 10 gold coins. Gold was around $20 an ounce in 1920. So 10 of these gold coins would gotten you that Model T. And guess what? In 1979, just after the Nixon shock, gold was about $500 an ounce. Again, 10 gold coins for my dad's Plymouth Fury. But how about now, 2024? Well, gold is really close to $2,400 an ounce as of the making of this video. You need to go over 20 ounces of gold. 20, not 10, to buy the average new car today. Whoa. You know, we get all excited about gold breaking all-time record nominal highs, but when you adjust that for inflation, gold would really need to be $3,200 an ounce. And that's using the government's CP lie. But even $3,200 an ounce isn't enough. We'd really need roughly $4,800 an ounce for gold to keep up with what's happened over the past couple of decades. And silver is even worse. Silver's got to go hundreds of dollars an ounce to keep up. So the bottom line is that while I still think gold and silver are good long-term inflation hedges, we're behind, guys. Really. So yeah, maybe there's not just wealth to protect with this stuff, but some wealth to be made with this stuff as the inflation gap is finally closed. And I do think price inflation is finally appearing in precious metals. So I think that inflation gap is closing. But be careful here. Profit taking with physical silver and gold is still a long-term affair. Where you can have a much shorter term mindset with gold and silver is with mining companies. I personally jumped into the commodity sector a few years ago. I have been patiently waiting to make money with them. My model portfolio, which you can check out in the description below, is up 5%. Finally. But I think it's just starting to get cooking. Now, this is not the same as stacking physical silver and gold, but it does reflect where I'm convinced the price of gold and silver are headed over the next few months and years. And if you think 18% of physical precious metals is small, I only speculate a maximum of 3% in mining and commodity stocks. But let me share with you the latest junior miner that has my interest piqued. It's Great Pacific Gold Corp. Now, please listen up, watch all the way through. This is important. The mining sector has been in a protracted bear market. But in my opinion, that's over. What we have now is a secular bull market in gold and silver. And I hope you realize this. Just imagine if the CEO of NVIDIA, the graphics card maker, took a sabbatical. Then he comes back and he says, I'm starting a new chip company. Do you think investors would flock to hear what he's up to? Well, of course they would. He's proven himself with NVIDIA. Well, a brilliant man by the name of Brian Suzarchuk founded a gold mine named K92 Mining back in 2016 in Papua New Guinea. He bought it for $2 million. That's a steal. It was priced at just 99 cents a share Canadian. It was a very troubled gold project that even Barrick Gold, then the world's largest gold producer, couldn't make work. But Brian did make it work. And he led K92 Mining to be a $1.7 billion mining company. It's now, as of the making of this video, trading over $5 a share. And that's what you call a success. Okay. So what did Brian do next? Well, as the CEO of Great Pacific Gold, he returned to that same area with his partners, Dr. Chris Muller and John Lewins, and they grabbed 3 new properties, one within walking distance of K92 Mining. Smart man. Now you may wonder, Yankee, Papua New Guinea, really, is that a good jurisdiction? Well, it ain't the United States, but it is a great low-cost, high-grade production area and very mining-friendly. In fact, Tom Ballmer, the CEO of Newmont Gold, which is the biggest gold miner in the world today, visited the country recently. He has close ties to the government there. And Papua New Guinea is known as the land of giants when it comes to mining. So, yeah, I do feel comfortable checking out Brian's new company, Great Pacific Gold Corp. 3 assets Brian and his team are focused on are Kaiser Creek, Arau, and Wild Dog. The Kaiser Creek project is the one right next door to K92 Mining, and they're waiting on soil sample results right now. Drilling is set to commence at Arau in 2 to 3 weeks, and Wild Dog expects to have a drilling license from the government really soon. And then that last one, Wild Dog, that one excites me the most because I think it has a chance to be a heavily sought-after project. Any day now, we could hear good news from Great Pacific Gold on one or more of these projects. Okay, yes, you should only consider investing in this company if you're willing and able to lose some money on it. It is a highly speculative play. But in my opinion, it's not blindly speculative. The grades of gold in this land of giants has historically been super high. And remember, K92 mining has already proven itself right next door. Great Pacific Gold has no debt, and I really like that. It's priced around 99 cents a share right now. That's where K92 mining was at when Brian Suzarchuk bought it. Can you imagine the ROI? If Great Pacific Gold goes up to the heights of K92, $5 a share would be an incredible win for investors. So guys, I have to say this too. Many of us have never seen what happens within the mining sector during a secular bull market. It is insane. You get the shot at doubling or even tripling your money. And Great Pacific Gold Corp could be the next one to do it. Their ticker symbol is FSXLF in the US. It's FSXLF. So keep stacking physical silver and gold to protect your wealth. And yes, maybe build a little wealth with them as inflation plays catch up. But do consider Great Pacific Gold Corp as a way to potentially really build your wealth with a relatively small speculative investment. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, I hope your day is A-OK.